Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back at your friendly neighborhood PM, back again with your top three market points of the week. Now, the markets have really been ripping this April so far, and it looks like we're set to continue that trend this week. So let's dive right into your top three headlines of the week and see what's been driving everything. Kicking us off at number 3, it's Allbirds surging over 500% after they announced that they were pivoting to becoming an AI infrastructure company. So for those of you that are unaware, Allbirds, the shoe company, is now going to become an AI company, and that caused their stock price to surge that much in one single day. Now, they have since retreated a little bit on Thursday, down around 36%, but this kind of gives some semblance of meme stock activity that we've seen in prior years, because in the end, they're a shoe company. I'm not sure what AI infrastructure they're going to be developing. So it really kind of shows what the hype train behind AI is really starting to do with these companies that, seem to be issuing headlines as a quote unquote kind of Hail Mary to turn around their business. So I will be staying away from that personally. At number 2, it's Netflix announcing earnings yesterday and falling 10% after hours. Now, Netflix did crush on earnings and revenue and saw sizable growth in both facets of that, but they did come out and announce that their forecast for Q2 earnings and operating margins were a little bit lower than street estimates were hoping to see. In addition to that, co-founder Reed Hastings is going to be stepping away from the board after 29 years. So key person leaving leadership for Netflix never is, a great thing for a public company, especially one that has built such a global streaming leader such as Netflix. So a little bit of headline news going on there for Netflix right now. We're seeing it sell off a little bit as a result, but still the industry leader when it comes to streaming right now. And the company did come out and say that they are planning on spending more in Q2 on programming, which is probably impacting their margin forecast, predominantly on podcasts, video games as well. So they're continuing to grow that platform. We'll be interested to see where it goes from here. And then finally, point number 1, it's obviously ongoing negotiations with the war in Iran. We did just get news earlier this week that Israel and Lebanon have come under a ceasefire. So for around 10 days going forward. And that is key because that hopefully leads to a broader peace in the region. However, leadership in the Gulf states and the Persian Gulf, as well as some in Europe, expect that it would take close to 6 months for the U.S. and Iran to come to a peace accord. Now, we did get some news this morning, however, that Iran said that the Strait of Hormuz is open completely for the duration of the ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon. However, the administration did also come out and say that the blockade that they are currently in place with Iran for the Strait is still in effect. So it's a little bit of conflicting reports as to what's going on, but it is a currently evolving situation as always. And you're probably going to be expecting to see this on each weekly video as the situation continues to evolve. So we want to keep you in the loop there because it is such a driver of markets right now. Now that does it for your top 3 points this week. What are we checking out for next week? Well, next week, we're really getting full on into earnings season. We did see some earnings this week, as I said, with Netflix and major banks reporting as well. But next week, we're really starting to pick up the pace as we're going to see names like UNH, Tesla, Lockheed Martin, all reporting along with, a lot of others in the S&P 500. So as we get results in that and key names and key market movements, we're going to keep you posted here. Now that does it for this week's video. As always, if you have additional questions, please reach out to your financial advisor. And if you do not have a financial advisor, please follow our link and we'll be happy to get you connected with one. But as always, please go out, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you the same time next week. Thanks again.